Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. This is Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. So today we are doing a foundation review and I am reviewing the new Valentino Beauty. This is the Very Valentino Light Lasting Perfecting Foundation. So we will be doing a full day wear test of at least 8 hours. I will be showing you an application of the foundation, what it looks like in my studio lighting, what it looks like in natural lighting, and also doing flash photography. And then of course, sharing with you my final thoughts at the end of the video. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And if you are new, I'd love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And let's just get right into this video. So it's been a while since I've done a foundation review. And if you don't know, I am a foundation junkie. I love foundation. I am always on the search for the next best foundation. So when I found out Valentino was coming out with a foundation, your girl had to try it. So as of right now, this foundation can be purchased from the Valentino website. Here is a closer look at the packaging of the foundation. It is a glass bottle. This cap, so cute. I really like it. It's gold on the back side. And then of course it has the Valentino symbol right here. There is a pump dispenser, which I'm really happy about. And the packaging is not heavy, but it also doesn't feel cheap. So very happy about that. The outer packaging for the box looks like this. So the standard red and gold packaging. And very nice as well. So some details on the foundation. It does come in 40 shades and it does retail for $64. You can purchase this from the Valentino website, and we get 25 milliliters of product or 0.84 fluid ounces of product. So a little less than the standard 1 fluid ounce that we typically see. The shade that I do have is DR1, and they do have the traditional warm, neutral, and cool undertones for the foundation. So some details about the foundation. This very light, very lasting, very Valentino foundation has a semi-matte finish that perfectly balances 3 foundation dreams: buildable coverage, breathable and lightweight texture, long-lasting wear, and they're claiming it has 24-hour wear, and it's made for all skin tones. The coverage, they say, is going to be a buildable medium coverage. It's formulated with extra light powder that can absorb up to 3 times its own weight. The formula also allows for a perfect hydrated semi-matte foundation finish that will last all day. Something that I thought was interesting about this foundation, they say that the foundation range was developed in partnership with extensive research on 5,000 women in 8 countries across every continent. They wanted to ensure the perfect coverage and feel, and so their formula is tailored to each skin tone, ensuring the most perfect finish from the lightest to the deepest foundation shade, which I think is really interesting, and I think it's also really good. I'm always here for brands making sure that their products are not only inclusive but also equitable. So anytime I hear that a brand is trying to make sure that they're doing that, I think that is definitely something that should be pointed out and something that should be commended, especially for a luxury brand like Valentino. So when you are looking for your shade, they have a little criteria. So the first letter of the shade name is going to be the skin tone. So L or LIG is going to be for light, M is going to be for medium, and D is going to be for deep. Then for the undertone, that letter is going to be represented by the second letter of the shade. So R is for Rosa, which stands for cool, your pink red undertones. N is going to be for Neutra, for neutral undertones. And then A is going to be for Ambra, for warm golden yellow undertones. And then in terms of ingredients, we do have some silicone in this particular foundation. There is also fragrance in this foundation. The fragrance is very light, like almost undetectable, but it is there. I can smell it a little bit when I apply it, but just very lightly. It definitely goes away after it's been on the skin for even just a couple of minutes. And there also is alcohol in the ingredients of the foundation. So going into application, I thought that the foundation applied very nicely to the skin. This is not a first impression. I have worn this foundation a couple of other times. And so applying it onto the skin, I went in with my Sonia G, the Jumbo Base Brush, and applied it to the skin. I think it blended really nicely and very easily into the skin. They say that it is a semi-matte finish. I want to say that it leans a little more matte than semi-matte. The way that I have it worn today, I just applied a primer underneath. I used the Il Makiage, their No Filter Poreless Base Primer. This primer is silicone based, and I like to use it to fill in my pores. But that was it. I didn't want to use like an illuminating primer, you know, so you could see the overall finish of the foundation. So I do think the finish of the foundation is a little more matte, but definitely not one that's uncomfortable. Personally, I want to use a liquid illuminator underneath this foundation. That's how I like it a little bit better. The one that I've been using lately that I really love is the one by La Mer. This is the hydrating illuminator. So usually, or the other times that I wore this foundation, I would put this underneath, and it just gives it a little bit more of a glow, just allows for it to move just a little bit more smooth. The blend of it is not bad at all. Like, it's not bad at all. You can see in the demonstration, I didn't have a hard time blending it. Y'all just know I like me a little glow, and that's what that is. So that's just a personal preference. But I do like the overall finish of the foundation. I feel like the shade DR1 is a pretty good match. It is a little warm, just a little warm for my complexion, but I was able to blend it down my neck, and I don't feel like the look of it was so stark when comparing it to the side of my face that didn't have foundation. Ironically, I don't have a pink undertone, but DR1 works and I really like it. When I went outside in natural lighting, I thought it looked beautiful. I thought, once again, the shade was very nice and complimentary to my skin tone, and it looks really nice. It has more of a matte finish, but it is definitely a comfortable matte. It does not feel like you have anything on your face. So I would agree that this is more of a lightweight type of formulation. And then when I did flash photography, there was no flashback, and I think it just looked really pretty on the skin. I really, really like it in its natural state. In terms of it being transfer resistant, I'm gonna say a no on that. I was just putting on my makeup, and it had been a while after I had applied my foundation, and I ran my finger across my face accidentally, and the foundation came off on my nail. So I don't think this is transfer resistant, but I do think this does dry down to a point where, for me, I don't have to set it. I actually didn't set it today. I just set my concealer that I applied under my eyes and down my T-zone, but I did not put powder on the perimeter of my face or the forehead, and I think it looks really, really nice. My face does not look dry. I don't think it looks, heavy either. Like, the foundation doesn't look heavy on the skin. And I do think you get really good, solid, medium coverage with a brush. I definitely think the formulation is buildable because the other day I had applied a layer and then I went to apply a little bit more and I got some more coverage. So I think you could build this foundation to a nice, solid medium, maybe medium full. Full coverage, maybe not. This foundation would never cover my freckles completely for me to say, yes, this is hardcore full coverage, but I think you get a really nice, strong medium to medium full type of coverage. As of right now, I've had this foundation on for 6 hours, and I went to the dentist today. I was like, this was probably not a good day to do a foundation wear test, but then I said, oh, well, it could be, because then we could really see the wear of it, especially because it's claiming to be long lasting, 24-hour wear, and all of the above. So with my experience so far, I went to the dentist. I did put my mask on to go into the dentist's office, and then I had to put on, glasses to get my teeth cleaned. So I don't know if you can see it because I did try to blend it in so it wasn't so apparent, but I did have a line of demarcation around my nose from where the glasses did sit. From the time that I applied my foundation until the time that I went to the dentist was about 2 hours. And so I did have, like I said, a line of demarcation from where the foundation did transfer off from my face onto the glasses. I don't have a transfer line from my mask, and granted, I didn't wear my mask long, and I definitely had water splashing on my face. The dental hygienist is doing all the things, and I feel like it held up really good. Like, I don't think it looks so apparent that I don't have foundation down here, because I do still have foundation on. You can see more of my skin right around here, and that makes sense because she was more so right in this area of the face, but I didn't feel the need to actually need to apply foundation before doing this video because it was rubbed off so much. So I do think that this foundation has some pretty good wear. I don't know about 24 hours because we ain't doing that, but I think it has some really good wear. As of how my face is looking right now, I really like it. I think that this foundation is sitting quite beautifully, and I like how this foundation allows for my natural skin to peek through, my natural radiance to come through. It doesn't stifle that, it doesn't mute it. And so I like the formulation of this particular foundation. So stay tuned for my final update at the end of the day, because I do have a good amount of my day left to go. So I don't know how long we're gonna have this on, but it will definitely be well over 8 hours. So stay tuned for that, and I will share with you my final thoughts. But so far, so good. Okay guys, we are back. It is the end of the day. Y'all, I've had this foundation on for 14 hours. Literally, I've had this foundation on all day. So definitely we have some experience here. We have some wear and tear, all the things. So coming in a little close, as you can see, the foundation has really worn off on my chin, and that was because I was eating, and when I was eating earlier, the bright lipstick that I had on transferred onto my chin. So I did have to wipe my chin. I tried to not wipe as much of the foundation off as I did. I was just trying to get, you know, the pink lipstick stains off of my chin, but you do see more wear on my chin. However, I still see areas where there's still foundation. So very honestly shocked that it has held on that much. Everywhere else along my face, like I still see some of my blush, I can still see my bronzer, which is all good signs that the foundation is still there, because I don't see, like, you know, patchiness where the bronzer and blush were applied. On my forehead, I still feel like I still see the foundation. So I do feel like this foundation held up really well for as much wear and tear as I put this foundation through today. Remember, I told you all I went to the dentist, had a cleaning, and then I did wear my mask a few times today because I went out to the store. I ate, all the things. Today was a very good day to test the longevity of the foundation. So I am happy to report that I do feel that this foundation is a very long wearing type of foundation. I really like how my skin looks, because I feel like my skin looks glowy, like I did put down a liquid illuminator. And I like that the overall finish now of this foundation looks quite natural, not dewy, not oily, but just looks really natural. So although the foundation did start out leaning a little more matte than the semi-matte, I do think it eventually ended up being more of like a semi-matte finish, because now, like, touching my face doesn't feel sticky, or, you know, like oily or like extremely tacky. I feel like my skin just kind of looks like skin, even though I am wearing foundation. I think after wearing it a few times, I really have come to enjoy it. I think it's a beautiful foundation, and I'm very happy to have it. I forgot to tell you all about my smile line. So I do have like a pretty deep smile line right here. I don't believe that this foundation settled too much into it, because like I had mentioned before, I tried not to wipe my mouth to where I really disturbed the foundation. So I did not wipe like all over here. And as you can see, there's no gathering of the foundation in my smile line or anything like that. If you have dry skin, depending on the type of formulas you like, you might or you might not like this formulation. I think if you want to give it a try, you could definitely give it a try. Definitely use a hydrating primer, maybe go in with a liquid illuminator to add to it, especially if your skin does lean more dry. I think you might be able to enjoy this. And if you have normal skin, combination, or oily skin, I do think you could enjoy this foundation, just because, like I said, it does start off a little more matte. And then as the day goes on, as you can see, there's not any excessive dew, there's not any excessive shine. And although my skin is more normal, if I am going to produce oils, you will start to see them around my nose. And my nose does not look excessively oily either. So I think this is a foundation that could really work for all types of skin with just the accommodation that you would need for your own type of skin. Like I said, if you have dry skin, using a hydrating primer. If you have oily skin and you just like your skin to look more matte, go in with your mattifying primer, set with your powders, and I think you will be just fine. I think this is a really good kind of well-rounded foundation. Now, do I think this is a need? No, I don't. I don't think this is a need. However, I really do like it. I'm very happy that I have it. I think my skin looks really beautiful for wearing this for 14 hours. I'm like, hey, you are doing an amazing job. So I think this looks really, really nice, and I'm happy that I have it. I definitely would approve it, put my little stamp of approval on it. If you're interested in getting it, I would say check it out. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comment section below if there are any questions that I did not answer for you. Also, let me know your thoughts about how you feel the foundation held up. And if you made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, come on and join the Glam Girl Squad. We'd love to have you. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.